Hey, Mike here, that's Chasing Bourbon 1987. Today we got a Minute Review Monday. We're going to follow up on a Weller single barrel. We did a first crack on this a while back. We were impressed with the taste, not so impressed with the secondary. I mean, for MSRP, the steel, the secondary kind of brought this way over 300 and ridiculously priced for the juice that's inside. Gave this a few months to open up. Let's see if it's going to impress us a little more and change our mind. So Weller Full Proof comes from Buffalo Trace. It's what they call a weeder, meaning there's no rye. It's got a mash bill, a secret mash bill, which Buffalo Trace doesn't disclose their mash bills. It's thought to be around 77% corn, 20% wheat, 3% malted barley. This is one of the 6 of the rainbow, being one of the harder and more elusive to find, single release each year. I believe this is 2024. MSRP is putting this around $60, with secondary putting this $300-400. On the nose, some nice bright fruits, nothing too deep or cherry, maybe nice strawberry, maybe even a little citrus, some brown sugar, some vanillas. Let's give it a taste. So from what I remember when we did a fresh crack on that, and I really don't think I went back to this, but maybe once, it's really opened up nice. Vanilla is way out there, forefront. A lot of cinnamon, maybe even a little allspice. Like I said, the fruits are like a bright strawberry, no kind of cherry or maraschino cherry or any kind of canned cherry like that. It's just some nice bright strawberries, a lot of cinnamon, a lot of vanilla. Give it another taste. Yeah, for being non-age stated, of course, being thought to be 6 to 8 years, like most of the Weller products. You pick up a little bit of oak mid-palate towards the finish. It's a little thin. Again, being proofed down to 97, you kind of wish they'd keep it a little higher. It's keeping the finish a little short. Yeah. Finish is nice but short. Mouthfeel is thin. Pretty much those flavors that stay you in the beginning. Those bright strawberries, a lot of cinnamon, some vanilla, a little bit of allspice. Mid-palate, that allspice and strawberries kind of fade a little bit. A little bit of leather picks up. Kind of stays with you for the finish. It's a nice finish. It's light, 97 proof. It's drinking at 97 proof. It's not drinking heavier. One last thought. Yeah, overall it's great, excellent representation of a Weller wheated bourbon, 97 proof. Unfortunately, for the Buffalo Trace recommended price of $60, unless you're in a lottery, you'll never find it, which, being with a single release, the stores, liquor stores are gouging at $300 to $400 a bottle. So as with the Fresh Crack Friday, I don't know if I could recommend this. Anything close to MSRP, maybe up to 125, 150, I would tell you go for it. Again, depending on how bad you need it. If you need that orange to finish your rainbow. It did open up nice from the fresh crack, and it's awesome bourbon. It's too bad they can't figure out a way to get it on the shelf more. So yeah, being released once a year, being a Weller single barrel, I mean, I guess it could demand that higher price over the MSRP is $60. To be more than that, you know, as I posed in the fresh crack, let me just pull another bottle out in here for comparison. So here I have 107 Weller, Antique 107, loved by the bourbon community. Many people will call it their favorite bourbon, daily sip or whatever. Ours is a private barrel select, which I won't patronize the store. That's not me. I'm Just letting you know that it comes from a single barrel. So like I posed the question before, what makes this 107 Antique 107 different than this Weller single barrel? Besides the fact that, I mean, obviously the distillers, the master distiller at Buffalo Trace maybe found something a little special in this and left it as a single barrel release, where this 107, whatever, but at the end of the day, single barrel. MSRP 60, MSRP 50. Secondary, 300 to 400. Secondary, 80 to 100. All right, and you're getting another 10 proof points. Let's give it a pour and let's see how it compares to Weller single barrels. I'm gonna just keep the label off frame because, like I said, I don't want to patronize the store I bought it. Let's put that to the side. So again, though, anybody who's drinking Antique 107 knows it's cherry punch, brown sugars, vanilla. I mean, to say these are both single barrels, both from the same mash bill, both from the same company, possibly the same rickhouse, just this being watered down a little more than the 107. I mean, the flavor profiles are like night and day. Let's give the 107 a taste. Yeah, again, I mean, you could see my earlier reviews on the Antique 107. Like many people on YouTube, the Antique 107 is a favorite to many. Perfect proof point, drinks right around that 107 proof. You're introduced with a lot of fruit, a lot of cherry, brown sugars, vanilla, bright, nice. Nice mouthfeel. Nice mouthfeel. Again, non-age stated. Same mash bill through all the Wellers. Just a little, if I have a complaint, it's a little thin. The finish I wish could be a little longer. I mean, for 107, maybe it could have, held on a little longer. It's a drop thin on the finish. That front palate, a lot of fruits, vanillas, brown sugars. Mid palate kind of stays with it. The cherry starts fading a little. Maybe a little oak starts coming in. Nothing too tannic, nothing too drying. A little sweet oak. And it finishes fast, flat. So again, when we're dealing with Weller, and we have our Weller single barrel, which is released once a year. Again, MSRP $60 with a ridiculous secondary. And then we have our 107, which is usually a blend released throughout the year. This one happens to be a store pick. So at the end of the day, this is a single barrel. If you ask yourself, single barrel to single barrel, which one would you take? That'd be a hard decision. But let's keep the questions going. Once you're willing to pay over $200 for a Weller single barrel, what about the Weller CYPB? The create your own perfect bourbon. It's a case study Weller did, or a genius marketing ploy a few years back. Surveyed tens of thousands of people, asked them what their taste was and what they wanted in the perfect bourbon, and then created it. Also an annual release, also with an MSRP of around $60, and also asking a ridiculous secondary of 300 to 400. Some stores you'll go in, this will be 300, this will be 400. Some stores you'll go in, this will be 300, this will be 400. It's the stores take their turns on where they're at. Also, same mash bill. This one comes in at 95 proof, so it's right around the corner from here. Let's give this one a compare, since we are comparing to the single barrel. This one's a lot more similar in profile, also maybe because it's a lot similar in proof than that of the 107. This is the CYPB. Again, for 95 proof. It's nice flavors. That one, there's a little bit of cherry, but a lot more stone fruit, say a peach or apricot. A lot of vanilla. The sugars are more like a little white sugar, or maybe a little honey. Definitely not like a dark brown sugar. A little bit of cinnamon. Let's give it another taste. Yeah. As with all these, unfortunately, the finish is almost non-existent. So thin. I can't believe tens of thousands of bourbon drinkers around the world decided to ask Buffalo Trace to put out a perfect bourbon at 95 proof and not something over the 110 mark to help it out a little bit there. Let's get one more taste. So yeah, it's a lot of apricot. I'm not going to say peach, it's going to be apricot. Light sugars, some honey, a lot of vanilla. Also, very good bourbon. Very good bourbon for an MSRP. Very good bourbon for 120, 150 maybe. I mean, depending on where you are. We're in the Northeast, so nothing is cheap. Nothing close to the secondary is asking. Unfortunately, these two share the same gene. So as I was ready to end the video, I thought to myself, you know, depending on how anybody is so desperate to have to fill their Weller Rainbow, of which I can bring it back on screen, of willing to pay $300, $400, I've seen this as high as $500 or even $600 for a weeded Buffalo Trace mash bill. I thought to myself, well, what would compare this to once you start talking $500? And then I said, hold on. So then I said, well, what's a Weller mash bill around $500? And it's the Old Brookbend Winkle 10-year. Again, many stores I've gone to, I could actually pick this bottle up for less than this. So let's see how this one's gonna fare against this one. So Old Brookbend is coming in at 97 proof with finally an age statement of 10 years. I mean, we know how Buffalo Trace doesn't like to divulge too many secrets. Let me try to put these out and keep them in frame just so. Look at that. So this, again, same mesh bill on everything. It's a weeder, no rye. Again, let's compare it to the single barrel because that was the video. Night and day. I mean, the only thing I could say is coming off the 10, now this single barrel is coming out with so much cinnamon, and this almost smells like a glazed cinnamon bun, like coming off the 10 with a lot more developed flavor, a lot more developed flavors, some oak. When I'm go back to the single barrel, all I could smell now is cinnamon buns, like, you know, those hot glazed cinnamon buns, almost like a Cinnabon that you get when you're walking through the mall. Yeah, it's 100% Cinnabon when I'm comparing it to the Old Brookbend Winkle 10-year. All right, so let's give that a taste, see how that one holds up against this. I mean, because in some stores it's at the same price point. Nice. So I have my opinions, but I just wanted an excuse to take another sip because I really enjoyed it. I mean, as you can see, I really enjoy the 10-year. Yeah, so unfortunately, nothing on the table holds up to this. This is much more developed, full flavored. It's got front palate, plenty of spice, solids, dark sugars, caramels came into play now, maybe even a little butterscotch, tons of vanilla, dark sugars, some cherry, some oak already right in the 4 palate. Let's go again. Yeah, drinks a drop hotter than that 97 proof. Much more hotter, say, than the full barrel. It's not a super thick whiskey. It's thin, but it's very viscous. It feels thicker than it is, which helps it on the finish. The finish stays nice with you. It stays long. A lot of oak. When I mean oak, I mean not a lot as an overpowering oak, meaning the oak is prevalent, it is there. It complements the caramels and the brown sugars and the vanilla. Let's just go back to that single barrel and see how that held up after we pulled out some of the big guns. Yeah, again, I can't stop on the nose because it's literally like a Cinnabon. It's just nothing more than like a hot glazed cinnamon bun, which is weird because I didn't get that in the beginning. I didn't get that when I was going and comparing it against the CYPB or the 107. I don't know why it just showed up now. That's all you're smelling is cinnamon and like a hot glazed cinnamon bun. I mean, again, it's a nice flavor. Obviously, it's going to fall way short to the over 10. Overall, comparisons to mine. You have on the table a variety of products represented by Buffalo Trace, their Weller brand. Some of these, actually I could say none of these warrant the ridiculous secondary price some stores are asking for them. I mean, I get due to the rarity, maybe they could ask for something over MSRP. The 107 coming in at 50. This happens to be a store pick, which is why I picked this to compare it to the hence single barrel against this. Not that their regular blended isn't an awesome product. This one is going to be sub 100. Awesome product. What the video was about before we got sidetracked, the Weller single barrel, also MSRP around the 60. Secondary is putting that 300 to 400. Way out of range. This is $120 bourbon. You have an empty space in your bar and you want to finish your Weller Rainbow, 150. Okay, yay. Same with the CYPB. Same exact thoughts. You know, this is maybe $60, $70, $80 MSRP. I'd have to check up what it's been lately. I know Weller raised their prices in 2025. Same thing. You know, it's a 120 bourbon. If you need to finish your Rainbow, it's a 150. The Old Rip Van Winkle 10-year, it's a nice product. I mean, it's a very nice product compared to a lot of 10-years on the market. I'm going to do a follow-up video, and I'm just going to line up a bunch of 10-years, and this thing is going to destroy them all. Again, MSRP is $100, which, unless you're in a lottery in some southern state, you're never going to find. Up north here in Northeast, actually New Jersey, some good stores will sell to you for $5. Other stores are asking almost double that, which again, even at $500, I couldn't recommend it. Again, not knowing your budget, this is not a $500 bourbon. It's an awesome bourbon. It destroys everything on the table here. Destroys everything on the table here. I just brought this out as an example to say, I mean, if you're going to wind up paying $300, if not $400, or in some stores $500, I've seen this as much as $600 or $700 for these releases, and you're actually going to drop that cash and spend it on bottles like this. I said, spend your money more wisely and pick up an old Rip 10-year. Not that it's worth the $500, $600, $700 the stores are asking. It outshines anything on this table here. Let me do my closing on the Old Vent Ring. So, as always, Mike from Chasing Bourbon 1887. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us on all social media, turn on notifications so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you'd like to see. We have a lot of bottles we're reviewing in the future, and if there's a special bottle that you're thinking about buying, shoot me an email, drop a comment, let me know what you'd like us to review. Maybe save you a dime or two if we don't think it's worth it. Maybe you won't want to buy it. Cheers.